One evening, a tired father came home and found a small envelope waiting for him on the kitchen table. On the front were two simple words written in crayon: "For Dad." He had no idea that the letter inside would change the way he saw his entire life. Because sometimes, the people we are trying so hard to protect already see us as heroes. In a quiet town in Ohio, there lived a small family. A father named Michael, a mother named Sarah, and their 10-year-old daughter, Emma. They didn't have a big house or fancy cars. Their home was simple. But every morning, the kitchen was filled with laughter, warm pancakes, and the comforting smell of fresh coffee. Michael worked hard every single day. Most mornings he left the house before the sun rose, and many nights he returned long after Emma had already fallen asleep. One evening, Emma asked her mother softly, "Why does Dad work so much?" Sarah smiled gently and replied, "Because he loves us more than anything in the world." For many years, Michael worked 2 jobs just to support the family. Life wasn't perfect, but it was steady. Until one winter, everything changed. Michael lost his second job. At first, he told himself it was temporary. But weeks passed, and the bills slowly began to pile up on the kitchen table. The house felt quieter than before. Michael tried to hide his worries, but Emma could see the difference. Her father didn't laugh the same way anymore. Some nights, Emma even saw him sitting alone in the dark kitchen, staring at the bills while everyone else was asleep. Every night, he rubbed his tired eyes and sighed softly. Emma didn't fully understand what money problems meant, but she understood one thing very clearly. Her father looked sad, and that made her heart hurt. One afternoon, while Michael was out searching for work, Emma sat quietly at the kitchen table with a piece of paper and a box of crayons. She thought for a long time. She remembered the mornings when her dad carried her on his shoulders, the nights he read her bedtime stories even when he was exhausted, and the way he always said, "Everything I do is for you." Then she began writing. Her small hands carefully formed the letters. Some words were crooked, and some were spelled wrong, but every word came straight from her heart. When she finished, she folded the paper and placed it in the middle of the kitchen table. That evening, Michael returned home exhausted. He dropped his keys on the table and noticed a colorful envelope waiting for him. On the front were 2 simple words written in crayon: "For Dad." Michael sat down slowly and opened the letter. Inside, he saw Emma's handwriting. "Dear Dad, I heard Mom talking about money. I know you're worried, but I just want you to know something. You are already the richest dad in the world because you have me and Mom, and we have you. So please don't be sad anymore. We are already the best family ever. Love, Emma." Michael stared at the letter for a long moment. Then something happened that Emma had never seen before. Her father began to cry. Not because of stress, not because of fear, but because in that moment, he realized something he had forgotten. He thought he was failing his family, but to Emma, he was already a hero. The next morning, Michael woke up before sunrise again. But this time, something inside him had changed. He wasn't working out of fear anymore. He was working with hope. Weeks later, Michael found a new job, and slowly things started getting better again. But Emma's letter never left the kitchen table. Michael placed it inside a small frame so he could see it every single day. Whenever life felt heavy, he would read those words again and remember what truly mattered. Years later, when Emma was leaving for college, Michael handed her the same letter. The paper was slightly faded, but the message was still powerful. Michael smiled and said, "This letter saved me when I needed it the most." Emma hugged him tightly. Because sometimes, The smallest words from the people we love can carry the greatest strength. And sometimes, the greatest wealth in the world isn't money. It's family.